In this episode, we share our favourite things to see and do around Monterey.
We visit the magnificent coastlines along the Big Sur.
We take in the scenic 17-mile drive through Pebble Beach and are blown away by the abundance of marine wildlife.
And lastly, we mooch about the hip and happening Cannery Row imbued with literary history. On our way to Monterey, we had a pit stop at Lake Cachuma, where we met this lovely family.
Then we had a night stopover and a refresh at San Luis Obispo. Our motel wasn't far away from the centre of Monterey.
We had a lovely walk along Old Fisherman's Wharf, where you can take bay cruises and go whale watching.
There's an abundance of restaurants and cafes to explore and enjoy there too.
Big Sur is the name for a rugged stretch of California's coast. It covers the road between Carmel and San Simeon.
There are the Santa Lucia Mountains to the east and the Pacific Ocean to the west.
It is accessed via the narrow, two-lane State Route 1, with winding turns, seaside cliffs and views of the often misty coastline.
This sparsely populated region has numerous state parks that are perfect for hiking, camping and beachcombing. What did you think of our visit to the Big Sur?
I just thought it was an incredible sight. For a start, the day was quite moody and magical, which just gave it that real atmospheric look.
It did. All of the mist rolling down those mountains and then looking out over that fantastically turquoise sea with the waves crashing in against those beautiful rocks all the way down. It's a really rocky, quite a gritty coastline, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I mean it's one of the most beautiful coastlines I think I've ever seen.
It is gorgeous. I mean, this coastline is so recognisable, and driving over that bridge I felt like I was in one of the episodes of Little Big Lies.
This is our typical meal on an evening. I mean, what have we got? What have you prepared, Peg, this evening?
Well, we're not in the motorhome, so I haven't got a cooker, so this is what I've prepared for tonight.
Some lovely cup noodles, and we've managed to get a beer, and we've got a pudding of
M&M's.
Good morning. We are still in Monterey. Peg, where are we going today?
We're going to drive the 17-mile drive.
And how far is that?
I think it's actually less than 17 miles.
Okay then. Well, no surprise there. Let's go and find out what it's like.
I couldn't wait to share this place with Rob.
It is one of the most scenic and famous drives, not only in California, but the whole of the United States.
The drive hugs the Pacific Ocean as it winds itself through the Del Monte forests, the golf courses and the mansions of the rich and famous.
Right, we've made it. We are on 17 Miles Drive. We're at the first stop. Interesting enough, Peg, how many stops are on 17 Mile Drive?
17.
Oh, God, what a coincidence. So we're at the first stop. What's this called, Peg?
Shepherd's Knoll.
Shepherd's Knoll. And what does it say that we should see from here?
Shepherd's Knoll offers a unique elevated view looking down on Monterey Bay. It's named after a local railroad man, Abraham D. Shepherd, who also built the upper scenic route on 17 Mile Drive in the forest.
So what I can tell you is that we're not seeing very much today. It's a bit misty and it's also a little bit rainy. So we can't see amazing views of Monterey Bay.
I'm a bit gutted because I came here in 1990 and I actually walked the 17 Mile Drive, and I've been desperate to show Rob this route, and the fog's descended, so it's just got mist everywhere.
Yeah, maybe, I mean, it cost us to get in as well. What was it, about $11 or something to get in?
$5.70, wasn't it?
No, I think it was $11,
Oh my
wasn't it?
God, I didn't realise it was that much.
Yeah.
to drive round in the mist.
Just to drive round. Basically, we're driving around people's houses and they charge us $11 just to drive on their road. Anyway, that's what it is. It's a bit misty. Let's go and find the next stop, Peg. What is it?
Next stop is Huckleberry Hill.
Oh, okay. Well, that sounds exciting. Maybe it'll be less misty there. Am I going to say I found my thrill?
No, I was going to say, yeah, what have you found, Rob?
And what am I going to say?
Found my thrill.
Okay.
What have you found, Rob?
I found my thrill.
Where?
Huckleberry Hill. Here we are.
Here we are.
Here we are.
I'll just read out what it says here and see if you can see it. Take in this treetop level view at Huckleberry Hill, where you can see Santa Cruz in the distance.
Can you see it yet?
The huckleberry-filled hills, which have been set aside as a permanent preserved forest, were rumoured to be frequented by writers Robert Louis Stevenson and John Steinbeck. Remember John Steinbeck of Mice and Men, Cannery Row? If you can see Santa Cruz
in the distance,
please let us know.
It's on and we're rolling. We are rolling, Peg.
Where are we now, Rob?
Peg, we are at Spanish Bay Beach. This is point number 3 on 17 Mile Drive. The mist has lifted a bit, but it's a bit chilly. We're right by the sea.
Woohoo!
So Spanish explorers camped out here in 1769. They were trying to find the Monterey Beach on a description from 1602, or was it 4:05?
2 minutes past.
2 minutes past 4, but it took them a year. This beautiful beach was named Spanish Bay Beach after their early visit. Well, what do you think of it, Peg?
It's lovely. It's very bracing.
I think I'll do the technical bit. Take 2, because somebody didn't start the recording button.
Listen, it's really sticky, that button, and unless you're keeping an eye on everything, you wouldn't know. Where are we now, Rob?
We're at the Restless Sea, Peg.
Are we?
Yes. Now, do you know how the Restless Sea got its name?
I do not know how the Restless Sea got its name.
Well, I shall read it from the pamphlet in your right hand. Or is it your left hand? Right, the Restless Sea. It got its name because it's one of the most turbulent sections of coastline in Pebble Beach. Waves are constantly converging and crashing into each other, likely caused by submerged rocks.
Ooh.
Peg, do you know where we are now?
We're at Point Joe. We've travelled an awfully long way.
Yes, all of 10 steps. So not much further on, but we're at Point Joe. Peg has found some rocks and some birds, and the point about Point Joe is, according to the manual, is that early mariners mistook Point Joe as the entrance to Monterey Bay, making it the site of many shipwrecks. Alright, China Rock next, Peg. Peg, where are we?
We are now at China Rock, and it was called China Rock. Do you want to know why?
I'd love to know why.
Because this was the site of a Chinese fishing village in the late 1800s.
Well, can't see much of it now.
There's no sign of anything now, so it must have all gone.
Ah, what a shame.
I know.
Where are we, Peg?
We're at Bird Rock.
Bird Rock. What do we know about this place?
Well, there's lots of cormorants and pelicans, and in fact that rock behind us was covered in 4 to 5 foot of guano.
Wow.
So that was harvested to use as fertiliser. Since it's been cleaned up, there's a whole load of other marine mammals that have moved in. You can hear sea lions behind us barking, there's seals, there's sea otters. It's just absolutely teeming with wildlife here.
Peg's Paradise. Right, Peg, we are at point 8. Do you know what point 8 is called?
It's called Seal Rock.
Now, it should be called No Seal Rock because Peg tells me, I don't know if you can see there, she's got the binoculars out. She cannot see any seals. Is that correct, Peg?
I can't see one seal, but maybe they're on the other side of the rock.
Maybe on this side of the rock, so we're going to call this No Seal Rock. This is point number 8 of 17. Where are we, Peg?
We're at the world famous Lone Cypress Lookout.
Oh right, what's so good about this then?
It's been used in quite a few different film locations. It's used as the logo for Pebble Beach and for all of the resort.
Ah, right, okay. That's really cool. I like it.
It's rather beautiful and you can see it's been well protected. So we've had a lovely time in Monterey. It's our last day today, we're heading off soon. We're just in a hotel at the moment, we've just had lunch here and a lovely coffee and I had a nice tea. We've definitely seen seals, sea lions, sea otters this morning, plus a variety of different seabirds.
Yeah, I really like this place. I mean, it's got a lovely vibe to it.
Yeah.
Cannery Row?
Cannery Row, yeah.
Cannery Row. Famous for?
Well, John Steinbeck wrote a book about it, but it used to be the canning industry, so they used to can sardines and pilchards there, and now it's a really big tourist destination. It's cool, trendy.
It's nice. I mean, it's not too people-y. It's got lovely cafes and wine bars and restaurants. The sea's really nice here. It's got plenty of wildlife.
If you like birds, you like wildlife, and you like a chilled seaside place, Monterey is just beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I really liked it here, and I've got to say that the coffee's the best I've had so far
in the USA.
In the US since we've been here.
Bit sad to leave, but I feel like I might come back here.
Yeah, definitely one to come back to.
Yeah, and definitely one to recommend.
Oh yes.